in Europe and South Africa, offering Forex indices, commodities, crypto, and over 100 stocks. Now, at AAAFX, you pay no commission on any Forex pair using their ECN Plus account and low commissions on cryptos and stocks. Plus, you can deposit with cash or crypto, get a free VPS with deposits over 5K, and easily integrate the well-known copy trade service Zulu Trade. While you're waiting for the stream to start, go and check them out by clicking the link in the description, comments, or visit AAAFX.com.
What's up, traders? Welcome back. So we are live on the Trading Nut YouTube channel, and today you're hosted by myself, Rodrigo, and my business partner, Diego. We are the bank level traders, and we're here to break down some charts with you guys. We're going to be using some smart money concepts, ICT concepts, Elliott Wave, and pretty much break down what we're currently seeing, what our thoughts are pre-CPI, and if we're lucky, we might be able to get a trade on indices today. So keep an eye out for that. We've got about 90 minutes with you guys, so let's pretty much get into it. So let's first of all just check in with you guys. Can you hear us okay? Just type a 1. You can see us, you can hear us, all good.
Amazing. We've got Warwick in the building from Australia. Fantastic. And we have Freddie, one of the BOT traders, making incredible improvements. Love it.
Awesome. So sounds like we...
Paolo and Mazboy. Nice.
Awesome. So what are you guys trading today? Just type in the chat. Let us know what you're looking at. It'll be interesting to know. And then we can get into it. So okay, so we got a few traders trading indices.
Got Germany 30, NAS. Decent.
All right.
Freddie, yeah, FX is a bit choppy recently until probably, we get some massive liquidity and whatnot, which is tomorrow, CPR. So that's why we haven't really been trading actively this week. I mean, myself and Rod, we haven't really taken any trades. We'll probably start trading from tomorrow.
Good. So we've got, quite a lot of traders focusing on indices. So let's kick it off with indices, and then we'll jump onto FX. We'll jump onto DXY, FX, and at some point we'll go through gold. I know we've got a request there. Got someone trading gold today. Warwick Foster from Australia. So just let us know what your bias is as well, what your thoughts are on fundamentals, if you have any. Otherwise, just let us know what bias you have on that. So let's get started with indices. So let me go ahead. It'd be a good idea to share my screen, right? There we go. Well, you can't really see the time frame, but let me go over to the daily time frame. So on this daily time frame, some really interesting price action. So we have broken structure to the downside here on the daily. And this was after last week. No, this was at end of 2022. We had that massive liquidation occur here above this buy side liquidity. So now, since we've prices moved lower, we've been ranging, but we have finally broken that range. We've had a break and retest of the range, and now we are moving higher. We are currently within this daily imbalance, which has already been tested, and this was Monday's high. This could potentially be the weekly high, but you know, who knows that if tomorrow's CPI is going to actually allow to hold that. Let's go in a little bit closer to see whether this is actually likely to hold. From my experience, whenever I see a candle like this, a massive wick, price doesn't tend to respect it. Price tends to keep going higher. So let's see what happens. Let's go in a little bit more detail. Actually, before I go into the lower time frames, I do want to point out that we have this ascending structure, and this ascending structure, so far we have wave 1, 2, wave 3, and wave 4. Now we can anticipate wave 5. Let me see if I can make that bigger for you guys. Oh, well, let's just leave it as that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This usually wave 4 is a very fantastic place to go to look for swing trades higher, but we are going to be day trading, and we're going to see if there's any opportunity on the lower time frames. So let's go ahead on to the H4 time frame, and let's see what we're seeing. Price has pretty much been ranging for quite some time now, since mid-December, and we've finally broken above this this range. We've had a break, retest, and continuation. So is it likely for price to continue based on this momentum that we had from Friday to Monday? It is potentially likely for us to continue to see the upside here, especially if this imbalance doesn't hold. Now, if we were to have a look at this particular imbalance on the H4, we could potentially be seeing price extending a little bit higher. So we've got some buy side liquidity here, and we've got some more up here. So let's just map these out. So we've got these highs, and we've got these highs here. Okay. So we may get a draw on that liquidity up here. So what I like to do is I also like to see what patterns are lining up with this price action. Right, I'm not really seeing much compression in this pattern. It is a little bit steep for me. However, we might be able to extract. Yeah, no, it's still a little bit too steep. So I think in terms of trying to find a pattern right now, it's because of the steepness of this, the amount of momentum, is quite difficult to trade patterns on indices anyway. I'd rather use these sort of higher time frame patterns in order to determine Elliott wave structures. So for now, it's pretty much a simple break and retest. And now it's a matter of waiting to see if we're going to get any more upside. So if we go down to a lower time frame, let's go down to H1.
100%. Also, we've got a question, Rod. How do you tell if it's an imbalance? Can you quickly elaborate on that for one of the participants, for Kimura?
So what I want to see for an imbalance is for me to, there's so many imbalances everywhere. Just to give you an idea of imbalances, you've got, for example, this candle high and this candle low. In the middle, you would, this is what ICT will refer as a BISI, buy side, sell side inequality, something like that. And within that, there's a gap, right? There's no wicks in there. So because it's it hasn't been this gap hasn't been tested, there's inefficiency in the market. So there was huge amount of volume, but not there was purely just demand here. Now, when price returns to it, price tends to react from these type of imbalances. So when we draw our imbalances, we look at the mid-level, the midsection. So we use a Fibonacci tool to do that. Now, I've done the same thing for this one. Let me make that a little bit clearer for you guys, as I know the stream isn't going to show the mid-level as clearly. So now we've got that mid-level there of the daily. And we can refine it. But for me personally, I like this imbalance because it broke down this low. So for me, I have it there as a place where there's potential resistance. So this is true support resistance. Imbalances, order blocks, that's true support resistance, not these highs and lows. These highs and lows is just liquidity, right? So I hope you write that down, because if you don't know where liquidity is, you are the liquidity. And that's something that it's a painful lesson that you need to learn. So if you're placing your stops incorrectly now and you're getting stopped out by the market, then I've just given you an explanation why. So hopefully that's answered that. Oh, let me just put my phone on silent. Right. We're at what we're looking at, 15 minute. Okay, 15 minute. 15 minute, what are we seeing? Let's see. Oh, very nice. So on the 15 minute, so yesterday at about 8:45 in the evening, we had this strong candle where price actually made another imbalance here. So there's in the price action. And as you can already see, during the Asia session, price was just consolidated. It's very, very classic Asia session type of price action. I know the market is closed during Asia, but this pair that I'm looking at, S&P 500 Owanda, it's an CFD, and this is an FX brokerage. So the price is going to show the action that occurred during during the Asia session. But this is very classic Asia session range, where we have the manipulation. Where does it go? It goes into the imbalance, and then it moves higher. So I think for me personally, I would like to see a continuation higher and run up into this buy side liquidity up here. So I'll be looking for some sort of compression into this imbalance. So there's another imbalance here. So I'm going to set my alert right there, and I would also like to see this banker block. So let's just map that out.
In the meantime, we've got a question by Joshua. He's just asking, can we use an imbalance as an entry point? You certainly can, but you also need to backtest what markets are good for imbalances. indices, commodities, FX, some very specific FX pairs, they don't work really well. So you need to practice whether they work with imbalances or banker blocks, but it's something that you need to test.
Yeah, exactly. So just to save you some time, from in my back tests, I found that imbalances work a lot better with indices than FX. In FX, order blocks work it does a lot better. So it doesn't necessarily mean that the imbalances don't work with FX. It's just in my own back testing, I've noticed that I prefer trading with order blocks, right? So yeah, that Diego said you gotta put the work in. All right. So yeah, I'll be interested in some sort of a setup. Where are the tools? Here are the tools. I'll be interested in something like this. So potential plan A will be right here. Potential plan B will be this order block. Some of you might be asking, why don't I just extend the stop loss like that? Yeah, I could do so, but I would rather risk I'd rather get a better risk reward than to actually reduce the stop, if I increase the stop, obviously then I'm going to have less risk reward. But if this imbalance holds, which is likely to hold if it does go long from here. Why? Because we've got these relatively equal highs that have now been taken out. And so we've got breaker structure high, that confirmation. Remember, we're within this. We've already broken out, retested this higher time frame range. So yeah, price is likely to yeah, we'll see how price reacts from this level. Now, I will be going into, I would like to ideally see a confirmation on a lower time frame. So I wouldn't take a trade here on the 15-minute. I would go into a lower time frame to see what the reaction is at this level. So now we actually are getting that reaction. We are getting the alert. So we'll see how price actually reacts to this level on the lower time frame. If I don't get the confirmation that I'm looking for, then I'll look for the confirmation here on the order block. So whenever I'm looking for a trade on indices, I like to compare, and I would like to see what the price action is. Do we have anything similar on, for example, on the Dow? So on the Dow, as you can see, so this is the US 30. We have already gone through that imbalance, and we are now within this banker block. It's a banker block because it's broken structure, right? And the amount of momentum that we're seeing right now, unless we get a confirmation on a lower time frame or some sort of breaker structure, this momentum is looking quite strong. So let's have a look at the NASDAQ very quickly. So the NASDAQ, it's displaying the same thing. We've got a breaker structure. We have the imbalance, and now yeah, we're getting. So this is very similar to the S&P 500. Very, very similar. We have our order block down here. So let's see what price does on the lower time frames. Let's go down to the 5-minute. Let's have a look at this. I do like, let's see this. Yeah, I do like this pattern. I think this the NASDAQ has a bit more potential from a risk reward perspective. Let's have another glance at S&P 500. So guys, we're looking at the 5 minute. Okay, interesting. We might actually have a trade today, guys. It's been a while. So whilst this is developing, I'm looking at the Nasdaq again. I'm gonna go on the M1. Oh, maybe not refresh the chart. Okay, M1. Let's have a look. See what's going on in here. I do like this three wave. I do like this three wave pattern here. Sorry, wave structure. I do like that. Got a really nice reaction now. So let's see what this M1 candle, how it finishes. And because if it finishes like this, then we may be able to use this order block as an entry, or perhaps the imbalance that this candle leaves. So let's wait for the candle close. We've got about 1 second, 2 seconds. Yeah, very nice. So let's see if we can get a nice entry here. So I'll be looking to bank some profits. Let's see. Yeah, we're looking to back some profits above these equal highs. There we go. Okay. So we have a very small imbalance here. Let's see if price actually respects it. Nice. Looks like we're in this trade now. And now it's just either going to hit our TP1 or it's going to hit our stop loss. It's that simple, guys. So whilst this trade is active, let's have a look to see what DXY is doing. So Diego, do you have anything for DXY?
Yes. Coming.
Still having your breakfast?
No, it was Gabriel. It was a little one.
Oh, okay.
I do have something for DXY. It's going to be very interesting. Really textbook, very clear. Going to give you the direction for the US session if anybody wants to make some money, right? So whether you're trading Euro, Aussie, or dollar, I'm going to give you a high probability forecast in terms of direction. I'm not going to give you the entry because that requires you need to be on the 1 minute chart. You need to wait for it. The live stream is going to finish by then. But the direction I can give you, this is the whole point of my microphone just fell off. This is the whole point of the whole Trading Nut live streams. Give you guys forecasts, and then you guys could use your own analysis and obviously capitalize on that. So let me share my screen for the dollar, and it's in confluence with Rodrigo's buy. The only thing is I do believe Rod's I don't know. Okay, that's a different setup. So let me share my screen. Yeah. So I'm going to share my screen in 3, 2, 1. But before I do that, actually, we've got quite a lot of viewers. We want to see some more likes. So guys, before I share my screen, just press the like button.
Yeah. So whoever's found some value from that analysis I've done, go ahead and smash that like button. We're in a trade.
Nice.
I'm just about to reduce the risk on this. So I'm just
Giving him
watching it closely.
Giving him some BOT snippets, Rod.
Yeah.
Rod's feeling
I mean,
generous today.
yeah, I'm feeling generous. But you know what? It's so important, guys. The way trade management is so important. You need to have a process for it. You can't just just emotionally decide when you're going to move your stop loss. There needs to be a process in place. So for me, my process is to be moving the stop loss at some point. So I'm just waiting for that. I'm just waiting for a specific point to make that decision. So once I've done that, I'm going to reduce the risk by 50%, right? And it's based on a
Exactly.
process.
Imagine being in a trade and like Rodrigo's up around 1 hour. Normally you're going to feel some emotion, right? You're going to feel, oh, there's a bit of profit. What do I do? And the moment you start feeling emotional, which is perfectly normal, guys, we are human. It's going to have an effect later doing a trade when you're up 2 or 3 or you're already emotional, you're seeing some profit. Oh, but if you just follow certain rules, you tighten a stop loss, it's going to help you reduce your emotions and really take trading from a perspective where you're more calm because you're following certain stop loss management rules, take profit management rules, and also just general trade management rules. So find a process that works for you guys. And the snippet that Rodrigo showed you is on the house. You can apply it to your own current strategy. Believe me.
Yeah. So
yes, we do mentorship. Rodrigo's doing a mentorship for you guys as well, one-to-one psychology. I'll be doing a one-to-one mentorship with BOT Accelerator, but focusing mainly on your technicals. So if you need help with your technicals, I'll really accelerate your progress as a trader. I'll do a bit of psychology, but I'm not as good as Rod. He'll really, really focus on everything when it comes down to psychology. Or Rodrigo, you can explain a lot better than me if you want.
Yeah. So when it comes to mentorship, if you guys, it depends really. If you're struggling with your tactical game and you're struggling with a strategy, then we've got the bank level trading strategy. This is the concepts that we're using. Like I said earlier, it's smart money concepts, ICT concepts, Elliott wave. So we're using these. We put all of these together into a strategy that has multiple entries and is able to filter out the best order blocks. So if you want more information on that, we'll post a link. There should be a link in the description, and then you can schedule a call and speak to our team to get more information on that. And hold on. And if you're interested in mindset, psychology, if that's something that you're really struggling with at the moment, you will probably already have a strategy, but it's just you're getting in your own way. Then reach out to me on Discord, reach out to me on Instagram, and I'll be more than happy to talk to you about a one-to-one mentorship. Right. So I want to see. I'm waiting for this candle to close. We've got about 40 seconds. For me to reduce risk on this. So right now, I'm not gonna be. I don't want to be banking any profits. Like I said, my TP1 is here, right? My TP1 is at 3.39, and so instead of banking profits now at about, what are we, about 1 hour, 1.5, about one hour, instead of doing that as a risk management precaution, or I guess by preserving the capital, yeah, that's it. I'll be reducing the risk by 50%. There we go. So risk reduced now, and I'm placing my risk here for which is half of what we were before. So how many points did we have? We had about let's see, about 75 points, and now stop loss is about 30. Okay, 33 points or 33 ticks. Fantastic. So yeah, here we go. Nice.
Love
We
the
managed,
trade. You guys saw it live.
we managed to get a trade in. I mean, sometimes it happens, guys. Sometimes it just you do your whole process. You know, I went from the daily all the way down to M1, and if everything ticks the boxes, and I've got my trading plan right here. I don't need, you know, for me, it had everything for all the
Look at
BO,
that momentum. Beautiful.
all the bank level traders that I've done this course. You would understand why I took this entry. And look at that momentum, it's beautiful. So now you guys see how we use a pattern in order to determine which point of interest we should be using, right? So this is what you learn in the bank level trading community or the bank level trading course. It's like, why did I use this imbalance and not this one down here? You know, why didn't I wait for that one? You know, it's because of this. It's because I was waiting for the compression. I was waiting for this pattern here and I had confirmation. I had confirmation from this pattern. So we had the compression, we have the 5-wave structure into this imbalance. I waited for the reaction. I liked it. I went in. I didn't quite get the breaker structure I wanted on the M1, but if we go down to the 30-second, no, let's see, 15-second.
Yeah, it's a very, very textbook trade. And, you know, we're really excited for the new year. You know, December was a slow month. Summer was a bit iffy. January to the summer, week in, week out, we're going to be smashing it like we did last year. And so are the BOT traders. So if anyone's interested in learning more about the course, I've posted a link for those of you asking a question. So just do your due diligence, you know, reach out to other traders, and then we'll welcome you with, you know, big arms whenever you guys are ready.
I'm a little bit concerned with this imbalance here.
Okay,
so,
now everyone, watch Rodrigo's language. I'm a little bit concerned. Let's see how he handles it.
I'm a little bit concerned with this imbalance here. So I want to see how price reacts. Now, if price is unable to close above, then I will be reducing risk by another 50%. Let me hold on. Visual order, bring to the front. Here we go. So I'm going to leave that there. So now just watching this, and the reason why I chose this imbalance is because it broke the structure right here. You see that? So these are just couple of clues as to how we trade. Now look, guys, we didn't come up with any of this stuff. These are not concepts we invented. This is just stuff that we've been taught, right? This is stuff that we've been taught. We've put it together. We've spent months, if not years, developing this strategy. Countless hours, sleepless nights, and so I'm not going to obviously explain everything that's on the chart, but so far we've got the last this candle, and this candle. Okay, it's looking good so far, but this imbalance seems to be holding out. If we get a close below this candle low, I'll reduce the risk by another 25%.
See that, guys? Very mechanical, very simple. You don't have to get emotional and react of profit, your P&L. Have a mechanical rule. make it as simple as possible.
How many of you have ever made the mistake of seeing that first pullback and thinking, oh shit, I don't want to lose this profit. I'm gonna close the trade now, collapse it. And then
FOLP, fear of losing profit, guys.
Fear of losing profit. Closing it early, and they're at about 1.7 R, and then see the trade go
boom, 5-10 R. You don't want to be that guy because we've been that guy
too many times. See, look, if I would have panicked and closed it out here, dead. Okay, we've got another. Okay, this is good. Let's see the reaction of this imbalance. It's very, very important for me.
Who actually took this trade live? Press A1 in the comment box. It'll be interesting to know who.
I was really quick. I wouldn't be surprised if you missed this trade, guys. I did it really, really quick.
But there's always one or two guys that are just ready,
Okay, Paolo's in.
Paolo's in, yeah? Where? One. Yes, Paolo. Well done. Well done. Amazing. I hope you followed risk management. How much are you risking per trade, percentage-wise? Also, guys, everything that you see in this live stream is educational purposes. So just a disclaimer, this is not financial advice, just in case somebody, for some weird, crazy, in a parallel universe, has a £10 million investor account and does 20% risk.
Yeah.
They use it, they'll try to sue us. Never going to happen.
There's a disclaimer at the bottom of the video anyway.
There we go. So, Paolo, 1%. That's a bit hefty, but okay. Is that a personal account or is that a funded account, or what sort of account is that? I mean, you should be up around 2-3%. I mean, 2-3% in the space of 15 minutes is not too shabby.
I felt like adding right here, but I was a bit slow, a bit distracted.
Yeah, that's adding right now in the live stream is a bit tricky. Okay, that's fair enough, Paolo. Thanks for sharing. And live personal small account, that's perfectly fine. Obviously, if it's a funded account or you're doing a challenge, you need to be a bit more sensible. So yeah, 1% is perfectly fine if it's a personal account. But just make sure to send us our 20% profit cut from that, yeah?
I want to see a nice explosion here from this.
All right, so set your alerts. In the meantime, let me break down the charts and then we go back to
good shout.
Back down the chart trade. So
good shout. But I am going to reduce the risk by another 50%.
Yep.
So I'll let you take over.
Cool. We can answer this question. I'm about to get funded soon. Do you have a suggestion for a prop firm? Yeah, City Traders Imperium, 100%.
Yeah, if you trade indices and you want the best spreads, lowest slippage,
definitely
CTI.
Definitely CTI. And it's not because we're partners with them. It's also because a lot of the other prop firms with indices, when it comes to news events, they just shut down.
Yeah, any funded prop firm that uses 8cap as a broker, good luck to you, my friend. Good luck.
Yeah, CTI, we don't have that issue. So definitely check out CTI.
Yeah, so glad I'm reducing risk because this trade might not actually reach.
There we go. There's a bit of friction there.
We've got another potential order block right here. Let's see. Okay, let's go into DXY. Let's see what's going on there.
Okay, DXY 50-minute time frame. Literally, I covered a live stream yesterday with the BOT members, and I was expecting a rally to the upside. You can ask Fredley. He gave me two scenarios. Which one is higher probability? For price to do this and then come up here, or for price to completely drop? There was a few confluences for the short because of the bearish structure. So something that we have to be careful about. One of the rules is we need a full clear Elliott waves, right? It's unlikely for price to just drop off the third and make a new low. So hopefully Freddie's watching that and I'll answer your question. It looks like the first scenario that you mentioned is playing out. So yeah. Now, what I'm expecting, if we zoom out onto the H1, is this is very, very important. We've got a major trend line here, right? Look at this trend line. This is from back in, yeah, so just a long-term trend line. And it's from 2021, June, May, right? It's very, very long-term. What's important is this, look how price has reacted of the trend line, right? Look at the schematics, look at the fractals, right? Price reacted of it, immediately went up, okay? How did it go up? Let's actually investigate. Let's actually zoom in. This was the first tap of the trend line. Look at the momentum, lots of momentum, right? You can see that. Fine, okay. There was another tap here. Look at the rejection, massive momentum. Then a pullback, compression, momentum. Okay, fine. So just build a bit of a case study. You know, you need to attack the markets with all angles, as in you're like a special investigator, top to bottom, left to right, and sideways. Okay. Now we look at this trend line tap. Now I need to update this because obviously it's probably a trend line from the daily, but it's the same thing. Look at the rejection. Look at that momentum. So it's very, very bullish. Okay. And again, look, a bit of a fake out. Look at the rejection, immediately bullish. And we do know that the more a trend line taps a support of the trend line, the higher the probability it will drop to the downside. It's the same thing with double tops. If it's multiple taps, it's just becoming weaker and weaker, and eventually it's going to explode to the upside. So this is giving me a case study where I believe, based on the previous historical data, there's a good probability that this trend line, because it's tapped it so many times, it's becoming weaker and weaker, right? But look at the characteristics. It's very, very bullish. It's just bouncing off like an elastic band. Fine. It's breaking. Just visualize it, a tennis ball just bouncing off the support of a glass mirror support, and it's just getting weaker and weaker. The ball's getting heavier and heavier, and eventually it cracks, right? It's the same thing. Now, if we look at the current bounce, the current trend line that I've got, look at the bounce, right? It's bounced, but it's been very corrective. Not only just corrective, not only is there no momentum like the previous examples, but the previous move was very, very bearish, right? It's really strong, it's impulsive. And in fact, it's forming a bearish flag on the 15-minute, on the 1 hour time frame. So this bearish flag, to me, it's a high probability bearish flag because of the way it's rejected very correctively. There's Elliott wave structure as well. And there's compression. The buyers are just losing control. Very, very clear Elliott wave structure. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there's a good probability that this is just going to completely drop, especially because of the previous move. Look at this crazy momentum, right? So I'm definitely expecting price to drop to the downside on the dollar. Also, this was a forecast that I did for YouTube last week on Friday. Check it out. I was expecting this to melt, and it did. And now I'm expecting this to melt. And let's see, maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Who knows? But yes, I'll be expecting price to drop to the downside. There's a banker block here. There's also a bit of a multi-liquidity pool within this point of interest. So if I do get involved in a trade, if I do see some confirmation, I may take this myself. I'll be expecting some reaction of this multi-liquidity pool, maybe a little stop on of this high, right? But as long as we wait for the BOT schematics and the BOT patterns, then I'll be interested in taking a short towards This point of interest as a TP1 will probably be like a 5 or whatever, depending on the momentum. If there's lots of bearish momentum, I'll be updating my TP towards this imbalance, and so on and so on. Right, so it's looking very, very bearish on the dollar. If we zoom out on the bigger time frame, it just has quite a lot of room. Once and if it does break to the downside, I'll be expecting this very, very significant low to just get destroyed and go towards this point of interest, where I'll be expecting just an explosion in the dollar. But most importantly is, where are the clues, right? Look at the clues over here. Massive bullish momentum. Let's investigate again further, right? Massive bullish momentum. Look at the break of structure here. Break of structure here, break of structure here. Major significance. But guess what? This bullish momentum, as you can see, the very, very strong bullish candlesticks, has some imbalances. It's got some banker blocks. And guess what? It hasn't retested yet. This area, you look to the left, look, it hasn't retested. It's flirting with it. So I'm expecting one more move to the downside towards minimum this point of interest. If there's confirmation, then I'll be expecting a rally towards the upside. If there's lots of bearish momentum, I'll be expecting further room to the south side and then a rally to the upside. But either way, the next move is high probability it's going to be a short, and then potentially long, depending on price action. So just bear that in mind, everyone. And so that's the dollar.
Just a quick update on the trade.
And yes, Freddie, it was bang on. That definitely the Elliott wave example on the dollar. Oh, nice. Let's look at this particular trade. There we go. Look, perfect. Aiming for the equal highs. Lovely.
Right, so at this point, I will take off 50% of the position, and just to break down what's actually just happened. Let's. So I drew out this this imbalance here, but in fact there was another imbalance that I noticed. Which was in confluence with this imbalance that I drew earlier. The reason why I drew these imbalances is because obviously this one right here was the cause of this breaker structure. And then when price went above it, as we can see here, it created another imbalance. So the algorithm brings price back all the way down, back into this inefficiency. So this guys is true support and resistance, not what's 90% out there. And as you can see, we've got another compression pattern. So if we go into the 15-second time frame, we'll be able to see a really nice boomerang that could have given us another entry there. But you know, that's a bit of too much sauce for you guys. Price, I've seen this happen before, where you've got these relatively equal highs, and then you got these front runners, right? I call them front runners. They start banking profit before these before this, and then it retraces all the way back down to about around this region before it continues higher. So this would probably be a good time to perhaps maybe shave off a little bit, just in case we do get a deeper retracement. But me personally, I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. I've got my stop here. I've locked in my stop loss at about 0.8 R. That's fine. Stick to the rules and just leave that there. So no matter what happens, I'm not gonna lose money on this trade. Any open profit is not mine. the most important thing is capital preservation. So there's no attachment to any of this profit at all. It's not going to phase me. This is just the way you have to be, guys. You got to be. You have to sort of detach yourself. So yeah, let's continue on. As you can see, this imbalance, which was resistance, now could potentially turn into support. Like I said, this is true support resistance. Let's see if we now get a nice reaction from this one. This imbalance seems to be holding out so far. Let's see if we get that push that we need. Personally, I wouldn't be taking any trades here. We're way too high within this range. The risk reward is poor. So now this is just pure sort of trade management. I do want to see, if I see price shoot up, take out this high, I'll be looking to shift the stop loss. Otherwise, the stop loss is here. So yeah, that's just to give you guys an update on the situation. There's a question here regarding, is there a low-cost mentorship for people who don't have much initial capital? Yeah. So the back level trading program, there is that's what's that in dollars? Well, at the moment we've got a really good offer. It's on for about 350 quid, and so we've got an offer on it for £100 off. So that's a really good entry point for anybody that's looking for something that's got an immense amount of value and doesn't have a lot of capital to invest. So like I said, click the link in this video and book a call with someone in the team, and then they can give you more information on this strategy. All right.
Yep.
So
Love that. Thanks for sharing, Rod.
Yeah, this trade is either stop loss or TP1. That's it.
Yeah. Notice how Rodrigo has already accepted his fate. Either stop loss in profit or TP in profit. Either way, it's a win-win. Right now, that momentum, you leave it. Don't get emotional. Don't take profit, because this could easily reverse. And we've seen it many times where there's lots of momentum and all of a sudden it just explodes, right? So it's just one of those things. You just need to just follow the rules. It's as simple as that. Try not to react emotionally of these big candlesticks, because it's just invisible money that's just moving up and down. Just follow the plan.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Look, we've got taken up, but that was a fantastic win, to be fair.
So, this, I get this all the time from traders. They're like, oh man, it's really frustrating when you have a TP and price doesn't quite get it, just misses it, and then it goes against you. It happens. I mean, like I said earlier, this is front running. It happens. So I mean, that's smart money. They can't have everyone taking profits here, because that means there's just not going to be enough liquidity for them, because the other traders are going to take that liquidity. But yeah, nice, good trade, guys. Hopefully that's valuable for you, educational. Smash that like button if you found value, and let's continue with FX. Let's see what you guys got.
Yep. Okay, let me go back to the dollar. I think if Rodrigo was in the zone a little bit more, he would have looked at the dollar and would have backed profit a lot earlier, because you can see that the dollar's got further room to the upside, which is probably why the Nasdaq has dropped a bit.
Yeah, I'll probably, price is eventually going to hit my TP1. It's just the way I manage the trade, because I'm scalping. It's just the way I manage trade. I'd rather be out of a trade wishing I was in it than in a trade wishing I was out. So it's likely to hit my TP1, but at the end of the day, I've preserved the capital. That's my goal. That's my personal goal, is preserve the capital. Yeah, put some risk on. But as soon as I can have the opportunity to preserve the capital, I'll do so. Now, there was a point where I said earlier, I said, look, if it's in your system and you want to shave off some profit, I did say up here, you can start shaving off some profit, because sometimes you get front running. But I think
I'll be interested to know how Paulo did with that trade.
Yeah. So even at this point, this was 3R, right? This 3R is a really good TP1, to be honest. The only reason I had this one is just part of my rule. Where I see equal highs, that's where I want to take profit. In most cases, that TP1 would have got smashed. Let's see what happened on the S&P 500. Here we go. So on the if you were trading the S&P 500, that was a TP, you see. So these relatively equal highs, they did get taken out. Yeah, let's have a look at the Dow. So notice how we actually had a third, almost like a third tap there. I will class that as a third tap, actually, because it's on the 1 minute. Excuse me. Let's see. Let's have a look at the Dow. Beautiful. Look at that. See. Usually, I've got the chart like this, guys. I got all three at the same time. So I'm always using them as a divergence. So I would have seen this on. Should I have been paying a bit more attention, I would have seen these equal highs. Price reached that point, and so on the Dow, we had a third tap, and we had these equal highs. Plus, we had these equal highs and this third tap. So these two, the reason why I have them at the top is because they're my leading price action indicators. Is pretty much the most accurate indicator in trading in existence is price action, right? And so this would have been definitely a place where if I was in flow, if I was really focused, I probably would have banked half of the position there. So it is what it is. So just giving you guys some insight into my indices strategy. Some nice nuggets for you guys. It's
lots of gems.
Yeah, a token of my gratitude for your support, for you guys tuning in, and for we're all in this journey to we're all fighting the same war. We have different battles every day, but if we can support each other in any way, it's very important. For me, I have a big passion in helping traders because I've been in a position where I needed help, and someone extending their hand to me. I've had mentors, they've helped me, they've taught me. And so now I'm in a good position to be able to help others and do the same. So I'm reaching out my hand to you in order for you to start, get yourself out of that wherever you are and just make those improvements. And if you've taken anything from this stream or anything that from what Diego and I have said, I hope it's the breakthrough that you've been waiting for.
Boom.
There you go. TP1 hit. Sometimes it's just better just to leave the trade alone, isn't it?
But rules are rules. You followed your rules.
Rules are rules. There you go. So nice. Cool. Let's go FX. Let's see what's going on there. Oh, what did the Paolo say? I closed just before TP because 2-year bond yield said so. Nice. But yeah, sometimes it fails as well. Yeah, it's all about probability. It's all probability, and we just got to roll with the punches, as they say.
Absolutely. Okay, let's go back with the dollar. We have this current pattern here I'm not gonna take too much, it doesn't have too much weight because there's a pattern in the middle, right? That's just gonna trick traders. So personally, I'll be waiting for a rally to the upside and then a drop, unless we get some clear bearish momentum here and then another little compression, then I'll be interested in a short. So that's my sort of game plan at the moment for the dollar. Also, if we zoom out and just to sort of see what else could potentially happen, could this be part of a pattern forming? Yeah, it definitely can. We have a bit of a 1, 2, 3 potential fourth wave, fifth wave of the smaller pattern. So lots of confluences for a short, and then you can just already see what is cooking up for tomorrow in CPI. Meaning, if this plays out, I'll have to reevaluate, delete these banker blocks and imbalances, and look for some further below. So notice how a lot of traders would have used these banker blocks to the left, but because of the patterns that we're trading, we can now delete them. This is how we filter out the low probability banker blocks and the imbalances with high probability levels, utilizing obviously the patterns and the Elliott waves. So nice little snippet there for you guys that are actually paying attention. If we can investigate further though, where could we potentially see some form of a reversal? Let's see. Let's see. This is H1. Most likely a stop hunt of this significant low, right? So from what I can see here, there is this decent banker block here, and we do have a nice break of structure, right? Look at that break of structure here. And yes, I could start mapping out all the banker blocks and whatnot, but I'm not going to spend my time doing that. I'm just going to focus on this one here. This is really important. Nice banker block, crazy momentum, and it just went, right? So this is the significant banker block. This is plan A. There's obviously a plan B and a potential plan C somewhere, but for this plan A banker block, right, that was the first one that broke structure. It was the first incentive to make a new high and then carry price up to new highs, etc. Right? If we actually zoom out, it has not retested. Look, it's completely just gone long, and now eventually is doing a big U-turn. That banker block that I just showed you, look, this particular banker block, guys, look, I'm gonna repeat it one more time. This particular banker block here, right, on the H1, this banker block was the first banker block that took out structure. And look, it hasn't retested. So we know there is a bunch of orders here. There's a bunch of liquidity here, right? It hasn't been retested. Look, this has gone up. This has gone up, gone up, gone up. Look at that. This has gone up. Still going up. Still going up. Crazy. Look at that. Oh, okay. It's doing a bit of a U-turn. It's dropping, is coming all the way down. And what do we have? We have our vintage boomerang. Look, we've got a banker block right here in confluence with the patterns that we normally trade, which is a boomerang of the patterns. I'll be expecting the same thing towards this area and then a rally. And even if this doesn't play out, this is still the area that's important. This could be a plan A banker block. It could be a plan B or a plan C. As long as it's below the pattern, then we know that's going to be high probability. So just watch out. I mean, if I do take a short here, I'll definitely be targeting this banker block rather than taking profit here, taking profit here, taking profit here, taking profit here. I know they're going to get wiped out. So just bear that in mind. Let's actually tidy this up, update it accordingly. Make sure it's done properly. Nice, very nice, healthy, very strong banker block, to be fair. So delete this. There we go. It's all about looking for a potential short towards that area. I've already told you the game plan. Let me not focus too much on the dollar. Rod's covered, indices, euro, stock in a range, nothing interesting, to be fair. And there's obviously some imbalances here and whatnot, which is ideal, right? We do want to get an imbalance or some form of a banker block below the actual, below the actual patterns, right? So we'll be interested in this. We've got a bit of a plan A, bit of a plan B, and then even down here as a bit of an extreme. Right in the middle, you don't want to trade that. We just want to wait for the stop point and then a rally to the upside. Right, zoom out. There's a lot of room to the upside, as you can see. You look to the left, lots of liquidity. There's a lot of equal highs, imbalances, and liquidity pools and whatnot. So I am expecting a rally to the upside, but it may be short-lived, right? A rally to the upside. But if we look at the dollar, we're expecting a rally to the downside, but then potentially a rally to the upside, meaning if we do get dollar strength, it will be probably up here somewhere. You know, there may be a new pattern that forms, and then we can reevaluate for the short. So that's the game plan on the euro. Dollar CAD. Yeah, dollar CAD. Like I said in yesterday's live stream with the BLT members, this flag in the middle, it's low probability. Really want to see a rejection of major significant areas. So we can still update it, and we may find a pattern. We may find something that may interest us. Yes, there's an imbalance here. There's another imbalance here as well, and some other levels, but at the moment it's just not ready yet. Unless we get some momentum, then fine, but we do want to see a move to the upside and then a drop. Same with the dollar, move to the upside and then a drop. So we look at the dollar CAD, move to the upside and then a drop. Maybe unlikely it's going to come up here or retest these imbalances because of the current compression, right? So just take note of that. Dollar yen is dollar yen's a contest. Don't know what this is. That's just a wrong old band level. Dollar yen, we've got this compression, lovely sort of clear pattern, and we have this bit of the imbalance, as you can see down here. Well, we have to keep on updating it, but dollar yen at the moment doesn't look too clean. Yeah, it doesn't look really too clean. It's just, it's not as clean as dollar CAD, right? Dollar CAD's got a clearer pattern. I'm not a fan of compression. Compression for me personally, normally when there's already too many touches, it just drops and then it just updates into something new, right? A new pattern. So I'll be very wary of dollar yen, but either way, this is going to melt, just a matter of time, temporarily before the long. And last but not least, AUD USD needs to be updated accordingly. And there we go. We have this current pattern, as you can see, and still some further room to the upside, but nothing that's of interest yet. So I'll definitely be monitoring euro and potentially dollar CAD, but we still need to wait for the DXY. And again, this could still rally to the upside with momentum. And if there is bullish momentum, then we just have to wait, right? We just wait for the bullish momentum. Let's go back to the euro. There we go. So that's it for me, guys. Unless you guys have any questions, it's a good time to ask. Question, Dave. What's the target on that pair? What pair? I covered like 4 pairs in. That was very, very quick. I don't know which one you're on about. Guys, question times. Okay, looks like we've hit the sweet spot. I couldn't hear you. No, you're muted.
Guys, so in about 15 minutes, just over 15 minutes, we've got some amazing traders, amazing technicians coming on for you and continuing the US session here on the Trading Nut YouTube channel. So we're going to wrap it up. I just want to share quickly that trade that I took earlier. It did manage to reach TP1. Unfortunately, the way the trade was managed, we got tagged out right bang on. But I realized that actually I should have used. I had this banker block mapped out, but I took it out. I should have really had used that one. Sorry, this order block. I should have used this order block. I should have just had my stop there, and that would have, saved the trade. But otherwise, no one's perfect. It is what it is. Either way,
there we go.
some of you
Look,
did
even
profit
guys,
from this pair.
100%. Even at these levels, Rodrigo's still learning from his trade. And plus, put yourself in his shoes. He's doing the live streams. The markets are going there live. It's not a realistic environment. Normally, Rodrigo will have the time to actually, do it properly and study and take his time. So it's one of those things. It's happened to me before. When you're doing a live stream, when you're managing a trade, it's completely different to actually being in the zone where you're not talking live in front of everyone and actually managing the trade. So I think this should have been a trade that you would have capitalized on fully, to be fair.
Yeah. So question on volume. Yes, I do use volume to refine. Yeah, I do. Especially on indices. I don't really use volume on Forex because the data where that volume comes from is not always accurate. So yeah, that's just to give you an idea on volume. So let's have a look at that trade one more time. Where are we? Nice. So if I were to zoom out quickly and I was to look for the next target, got this imbalance here. Let's have a look. Very nice. Okay, my next target would be this 15-minute banker block at 8.5 R. So if this trade was, if we're still in, we would have banked. Let's go into the 1 minute again. It's a bit clearer, isn't it?
Just a question by Mano Bosch. Afternoon, guys. I'm new here. What strategy are you guys trading? We're trading the bank level strategy. It's a combination of smart money concepts, Elliott waves, and the advanced pattern recognition technique that we use to filter out low and high probability order blocks. If you want more information, I can post a link here for you again, and I'll post in the chat somewhere. Well, it's in the chat somewhere. Let me see if I could. Yeah, let me just paste it again.
So yeah, risking 1%, that would have been 1.75. Now if it reaches this TP at 8.5, what does that give us? So it'll be 0.5 times 8.5. It'll be another 4.25%. So should TP2 get hit today, then there will be 4.25 plus 1.75. Will be potential for a 6% total. If price reaches this level, and if we were still in the trade. So I'll leave this like this. So in next week's session, next week we're back on trading now. On this live stream next week, we're back on.
Write a note next to your chart, trading now, because then it's probably going to play out, and then you'll have a completely new chart for the trading up members for next week. Happens to me all the time.
Stream. Yeah, same time next week. 12. No, sorry, it's a Thursday at 12 o'clock UK time. All right. So it's on Thursday the 19th. at 12 o'clock. So same time, it's just going to be Thursday, the 19th of January. All right. So I'll take a screenshot of that, and we'll see if we manage to hit TP2. All right. So it's been a pleasure, guys. For those interested in the way we trade, in trading with us, we go live practically every day for the private bank level trading community. If you want more analysis like this, then click that link. It's in the description. And there'll be more information. Book a call with our team and you can speak to them about more information about this strategy.
Yeah. Yeah, I've posted in the chat for on the boy.
And one final question: why does the price just fill the imbalance and doesn't tap the order block? Good question. It does do it sometimes, but like I said earlier, smart money, they see support resistance differently. They look for liquidity, right? That's their support resistance, and that liquidity is usually within these imbalances and these order blocks. So in this particular example, we did actually get price go. It reacted off this imbalance very nicely. That could have been a nice scaling, but this order block did get targeted, and you see how quickly price just came back down. So those traders who were late and they were getting in the move here, getting all excited, especially they're placing their buy stops here. Let me show you what that looks like. This is a strategy. This is a very basic strategy. They wait for the first move, price comes down, they set their buy stop there, and then they set their stop loss right here, and look what happens.
Oh gosh, it's hilarious.
Well, it happens, this is a strategy for many systems, unfortunately. But yeah, we shouldn't laugh.
There's a lot of strategies there. No, we can't laugh because we've been there before. It gets to the point where you've been burned so many times when you know exactly what's going to happen and you avoid it and you capitalize on it. You have to laugh because we've been there before.
I'm like, you shouldn't laugh, and I'm like, shouldn't laugh, and I'm holding the laugh. Yeah, we used to trade like this, honestly. How do I book out of hours booking if it don't give me the option, mate? Oh, good question. Look, reach out to me on
Will for that one.
Look, reach out to if you can't book an appointment for whatever reason, reach out, join the CTI Discord community, find me, Rodrigo, and then I'll give you more information about the BLT. Okay. So on that note, guys, it's been great. Unfortunately, we've run out of time as we've got another live stream starting in 10 minutes. Thanks very much, Diego. Thanks, everyone.
Nice one. Thanks, Rod. And everyone, have a good day. Take care. See you guys tomorrow for the BLT members.
Yeah, amazing. Good luck tomorrow with CPI.
Should be a